Did you see what Viagra tweeted the day that Hugh Hefner died? The caption was, saying goodbye to our old friend Hugh Hefner is very hard. They knew.
Ooh, classy, classy. I guess this is one point as good as the next to say.
Well, now we know.
Hello and welcome to the Awkward Cast. ANY and Emerald comment, wonder about random drivel. The show that has been here in this very format for 21 episodes now. Nothing has changed at all. This has always been our poster. And yeah, both of us are so glad to see all of you back. And
I must say, I look very fetching with boobs in that photograph. It's
it's
fantastic
true.
picture.
It's true. But I would say the changes are probably for the better. I mean,
absolutely.
The boobs have been kind of distracting from the deep and meaningful discussions happening in this show.
Absolutely, yeah. Too focus on which way do we got to point? Too much focus on this and not on
Yes. This. Also, yeah, to skip a lot of weird introductions. Emerald, how have you been since? Okay, let's drop the act. Since this is, you have not been here just last week. You are probably a little bit more free to share anything in your recent history, not just last week. And in the meantime, I try to come up with what I actually did last week.
Yeah, I'll let you go on your thing there. But no, my week has been pretty good. I've been acclimatizing quite nicely to the college lifestyle at the moment. Getting together my merry band of fellow filmmaker mad people, going out into Dublin City and seeing what's around there, trying to not look like the one guy from the country trying to figure out how he navigates a cityscape. And yeah, I mean it's been good. I've been The thing that I've noticed quite a lot about now that I'm sort of within the city itself is that my dad, Papa Comet, for all those of you at home, he's been like bombarding me with like a lot of information about like where like all the best places to go in the city are, and like I'm there 5 weeks, but I am shit with directions. So every time he says to me like oh, you can go down this place and you could take this small side street into this back alley, I can't say like, or at least I don't have the capacity in me to be like, I don't know where that is, man. I'm there, so I just have to constantly be like, yeah, I know where that is.
Sure.
And like maps is just in the background.
But yeah, no fun anecdotes, life-changing, meaningful events during the first few weeks in college.
Actually, I do have a fun anecdote, which kind of involves my dad again, but it was like stuff that he did like years ago. So, okay, right. This will like give you all a very good indication of, like which one of these two things engages first before I speak. So, shut up. So, what happened is that we were walking down to just like a small little like Chinese place to like just go and get some food before we had to go off to like another one of our lectures for the evening. And we were walking down this place in Dublin called Georgia Street. So if say like we're on this side of the road and on this side of the road there's this bar called the George. For the purposes of this story, I need to inform you all that the George is a gay bar. Also, my dad and my mum have been happily married for 20 years. So when one of my when one of my friends like looks across the way and like asks, like, oh, is that the gay bar? Because like the rainbow flags and stuff like hanging outside of it, and I see it and I look up and I see the name of the place and I'm like, oh god, yeah, the George. My dad used to hang out there. And like 1 second later, I'm like, wait, no, hang on a second.
It's fine, Emerald. It's fine. I have played like 6 hours of Dream Daddy by now. I can relate to it. I can relate to Daddy suddenly turning completely gay.
I've seen the Dream Daddy stuff, I know. I was there on my own like excursion on one of the evenings. It was like, I don't know if you saw this one, but it was like the night before myself and British Ninja flew out to BronyCon, and Toon Critic was doing his own stream on it. So Kichi and British like did that thing where they did the two voices for the twin characters, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like me and him are both in the same room. So like when those two turned up again, we just like went full just shining on it as well. But like because we were both here, we could like properly coordinate it. And just when we said it like at the same time, Foolery was in the call as well, and he just goes, no.
This is kind of a creepy thing to do, that's true. Also, since somebody asked in the chat... Wait, where is it? That's the logo of my persona. You might have seen it before.
Oh, yeah. Even I've seen that.
Indeed. I mean, I start plugging it everywhere at this point. Isn't it already in my main channel in the banner?
I'm fairly sure that it is. I mean, like, I think that your isn't your Tumblr blog like you or like that character as well?
Basically, I just using as an avatar. My Tumblr is actually surprisingly me. So,
oh, okay, right, yeah.
That's the thing. There's no role playing also going on. But yeah, I recently found out I can actually rename my Tumblr, and I did this week, so this counts as what happens this week. Yeah, I realized I could rename my blog like this. And now my blog is ANY instead of the ANY Pony.
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
Because here's the one thing. This is actually not this week, but a while ago. By the way, people, we have so many beautiful colors. Why is everything green in the chat?
Hey, green is a great color, all right.
Also, can I not handle it? I don't know. I am not gay, but if I would be gay, I guess I could handle it as well. I probably would get more game here in Berlin. Oh, this was frustrating. Going to furry meetups. There is actually a monthly furry week up here in Berlin, and I went there for quite a while. But it was like 90% guys, and those guys are in the best case bi, but usually most of them are gay. So I got my fair share of flirting with some handsome guys, so it's not like I'm completely immune to it. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm like, too little boob, too much penis. Next. But yeah, so yeah.
I love it. When you said that they were...
Yeah?
When you said that they were like B instead of bi, I thought for a second, it's like, no, they're like on this level. I'm looking more for like this level instead. I'm like, okay, all right, let's go into this a little more.
It's a thing of pronunciation. You in German, you pronounce the B-I when you space.
Oh, yeah.
B-I, you pronounce it B.
I always one of my favorite things to do actually with people who are from America or even like just countries that aren't Ireland is like just type out the names of just you know like typical Irish names that to me are perfectly normal because I meet people like that you know every day, and then just like see if people can pronounce them properly. I can oh wait, no, you can't see it in the thing. Like one example was I was in a thing with Toon again the other night, and I typed out this name in the chat. It was Roisin. Now there's no H in that name, despite what you might think. It's like Roisin. So like I just have like I'm just like sitting here just like smirking to myself, just like while he's like trying to figure out like where's the H? How do you make sense of that?
Oh, this sounds like Toon. Just saying it. You were a good Toon critic impersonator.
Oh, seriously? I wasn't even trying that time.
Yeah, but who was this? Solar Flare?
Oh, yeah.
Solar Flare is the guy who sounds exactly like Golden Fox, right?
He does.
Yes.
Like seriously, he genuinely does. I think I had like one day where, or like, I could just be making things up now at this point, but I'm pretty sure that I recall like someone talking behind me. I'm like, oh, okay, Golden's here, and I turn around and Solar's just behind me. And
I had the same
thing.
I had the same thing at BC when both have been there. I literally heard a voice, and I was like, ugh, and it was Solar Flare instead of Golden Fox.
Yeah. I think it's different like when you're, you know, talking to people through Skype, because I don't know if like you really get the full measure, but like when like, you know. Yeah.
Or it was Skype. This could also be that I was like, oh, because it was a big group call, and I was like, oh, did Solar join? And then I realized, no, it's Golden talking in the background with Keyframe, or the other way around. I don't know. They sound so alike. It's scary.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah.
But yeah, the thing, at least because you got the wording down, sound actually very much like Zach. Like, how does this even work? But Yeah, where I was actually going with renaming shit. A while ago, I did a panel about how to brony in public, and I gave big advice about, guys, be careful when you set up all your accounts to keep them pony neutral, because if you ever outgrow the fandom or want to expand, whatever, you will always have this branding in there. Like,
Yeah.
I tried to rebrand my YouTube channel to ANY Entertainment, but if you check the URL is still the ANY Pony. Even so, I have a custom URL which is ANY Entertainment. But if you enter it and you click it, it still shows in the bar the actual, like the ANY Pony, the original name is still there.
Yeah. I can understand how that could be like annoying for like if you did want to rebrand. I never 14, 15-year-old Emerald when I got into this game. It never really occurred to me that like that would be a thing later down the line. So what I may just do is just like, I don't know, just make a new one, or if I do feel like I just like need to bury it somewhere, just delete it at some point though. I mean like I don't know if that's like going to happen anytime soon, but oh yeah, it's a thing to keep in mind if anybody does want to do that at some point.
Yeah, because there's nothing more annoying than basically having, even if you're not a content producer, but having a connected account.
Yeah.
Being like, I just identify with it not is that strong anymore. Not even saying that you are like, I'm totally quitting the fandom, never again.
Burn all the bridges.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be this. It just has to be, oh, yeah, I still watch it, but hey, nowadays I'm more into House of Cards, Voltron. I'm totally not talking about myself right now.
Big professional films and that kind of thing.
Even so, wait, this is a very bad example. What am I more crazy about at the moment? Voltron, yes. The first season I was like, I had a complete nerd boner for it. Second one, when the first season of Voltron ended, and the ending itself was like, too much.
And it's an ANY boner, so you know it's strong.
Huh?
And it's an ANY boner, so you know it's like...
Oh, you know it. Oh my god, the show is getting... With all the tension Keyframe and I usually build up, we too, my friend. We
absolutely, I know, right?
Awkward.
But Keyframe's away.
And it's getting even more awkward. But yeah, first season of Voltron ended on such a strong cliffhanger. I was like, I need to see more. Okay, then they resolved the cliffhanger within the first 1 or maximum 2 episodes, and they are back to the previous run. And I have to say, season 3 was still good, but because we are already at season 4 at this point, it's like, woo, moving quickly.
Seriously?
Yep.
It went through season 4 that quickly?
I believe so. They pumped out season 3 just came out, and season 4 is already there or something. It was like I watched through it, and bing, there was again like a new episode. I'm like, what's going on here?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I had to wait like 3 weeks for another Rick and Morty on Netflix, and I'm just like Voltron. I don't know, like they need to take notes.
Rick and Morty, obviously a show I'm completely crazy about.
Absolutely, yeah. I got my parents into Rick and Morty.
Oh, wow.
I got Mama Comet and Papa Comet to like sit down with me at breakfast and be like, we're watching this now and you're going to enjoy it.
Huh.
It was great.
I don't know your parents, but I just try to imagine my parents being, trying to get them into any... Well, then again, happened the week before last, so I still
All right, okay, here we go. Is this what you did last week? Are we finally getting to that? Because we went on like a massive fucking tangent.
I got my mom into House of Cards.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my mom is like, we were like, okay, yeah, we ordered some Chinese. When I was visiting my folks for an entire week, the week before last. And yeah, we ordered some Chinese, and I'm like, oh, are we going to watch something? Oh yeah, let's watch something. Yeah, here, Netflix, I don't know. You look political stuff, right? How about House of Cards? Have you ever watched it? Oh no. Then we watched it in German dub.
The German dub.
I mean, they are not bad, but come on, hearing Kevin Spacey doing himself is like, no, I do the things that have to be done in his dry Kevin Spacey voice.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you have this German guy who sounded far too friendly, far too neighborly, like
Yeah, it's
giving
just
his
like, hey there, neighbor, I'm gonna take the country right from out from under your.
Doodly-doo.
I haven't seen House of Cards, so like I don't know like what the hell goes on in it.
Yeah, politics thriller, and your protagonist is a complete sociopath. So
Oh, sounds like my kind of show. I love all that.
Watch
Also, I'm
it.
just seeing a comment here from like was it Pokerus96? There's lag from the stream and the ads are going a bit too much.
wait, what?
No, it's just like one of the comments here is just saying like there's a bit of lag from the stream.
I have ads playing on my stream.
Oh shit!
I wasn't even aware I have ads.
I didn't even know I was getting paid for this.
No, I am not getting paid for this, so I would like to know why there are ads on my stream.
Listen, we are doing the awkward cast for the love of the craft, all right?
Literally, if I produce content on YouTube, I pay for it. Just want to point this out. I don't have a Patreon anymore. I have demonetized YouTube ages ago because they pissed me off like hell over a fucking thumbnail.
Oh, for God's sake.
Fucking thumbnail. I had a thumbnail. This is, oh God, another tension. Anyway, I had a thumbnail for a podcast back in the day with a vector graphic in the title card by Vector Brony, who made it himself and was my co-host. And I was like, and I got like a notification like, oh, sorry, copyright, you can't monetize this. And I'm like, what? There's nothing. We talk about something. It's a review style podcast. How can this be copyright? Yeah, graphic. And I actually had a mail exchange with supporters there. This is not happening on YouTube. You never talk to a human. You usually just talk to a machine.
It's a computer. I
had an actual human responding to me. And I was like, it is nothing. What are you talking about? He's like, well, in the title card. And I'm like, the title card does not contain any original imagery or owned imagery. It only contains original imagery created by the person I am in the show with, which means I have permission to give it to you. Yeah, we need to see permission. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Should I ask him to send a line, which I could fake easily because he's just a dude who gave me permission to use his image? What do you want? Yeah, well, anyways, we have demonetized your video. My response... Yeah, and my response was like, don't bother, I demonetized my entire channel. And I did, and I never looked back. I demonetized my entire channel. I was like, fuck you, you are not going to make money with me, YouTube.
Of me.
So yeah,
it's never easy, is it? Jesus Christ.
So yeah, but nowadays, when I do a video, I actually pay Keyframe to make me a title card. I actually became so lazy that I hired an editor. So I pay for an editor and I don't make anything from it. So if there are ads playing on this stream, I'm like,
I have hired 3 editors, so I'm going to be complete shit out of money by the time like the whole storyline is like comes to a close.
But yeah,
again, love of the craft. Yeah. We do it because we love our audience.
Yeah, but that's my thing. I like doing this. I'm not.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I totally get it.
Yeah. But yeah, to go back to very origin of this entire thing, to wrap it up. So I had basically in my how to brony and how to be careful with your branding panel, I had like myself as an example, like, look at my YouTube, look at my Twitter, look at my Tumblr, look at my DeviantArt. I am stuck with those forever. Now, YouTube is kind of right because it has a custom URL.
Yeah.
Twitter is completely right. Then somebody sent me last Christmas or something as a present a 1-month premium core membership for DeviantArt, and I was like, premium membership? Change name! And my DeviantArt nowadays is also ANY and not the ANY pony. And then this week I just realized in Tumblr, wait, I can just rename I can just rename my main blog like this, and some fucker had ANY taken.
Son of a bitch.
Nothing. Completely empty block. I can just imagine that somebody did this on purpose to bullshit me. Because ANY doesn't mean anything. I made this up. I made this.
Do you think that just like somebody was like waiting in the wings, just like watching the thing go on? It's like, I know what ANY is gonna do. I know he wants to rebrand his thing. I'm gonna get there before you.
Shouldn't this? So here, I posted in the chat for everybody to see. Here is the fucker who stole my blog and did nothing with it. Now, all you have to do is enter a minus in it, and then you should be on my blog, hopefully. Yes. I'm completely not vengeful or anything.
I would just I know that it's like really like dumb that like this guy just like takes your name and then just like puts nothing on it. But part of me like kind of just has this mad idea that is like if he found out that you ever did that and you went to his channel and the only picture of it's there is just like a note that goes Dear ANY and then like a photograph of him just giving you the middle finger.
I would, if the owner of this channel, I mean, it could be that for very weird coincidences, he just came up with a absolutely similarly stupid name as I did myself, because my name is fucking stupid. Not at least because Ain is actually a Russian form of Anne, so basically I picked a girl's name for myself.
And why?
Good job there, A&Y. But I researched it and I didn't find anything. And then I show it to the other people after I switched in branding and everything. And somebody was like, isn't this basically like the name Ayn Rand, this Russian author who is a girl? I'm like, what?
Wait, what? No going back
now. But yeah, if whoever was this, who stole my Tumblr URL, was actually somebody who did it just to troll me, I salute you. I salute.
That's respect. That is respect right there.
Yes, this is first of all. Then again, the smug grinning face of.
I mean, it's kind of a dick move. Yep.
Hello there, Mister the ANY Pony. Looks like I got here first just to fuck with me.
Wait. It's just like
this picture
Mr.
would have.
Mr. ANY, I've been expecting you.
Even better. If I would have found this on this Tumblr, I would have instantly stood up, saluted the Tumblr, and I would not be here complaining. I would congratulate this genius troll. But I mean, at the end of the day, it probably turns out that I myself did this with a different email account years ago or something. I don't know.
You could just be like, hey, you asshole. Oh, wait.
That's me! I wouldn't be surprised, but when I found this, I was like... But yeah, to finally conclude my anecdote, by now I have 2.5 of my main media outlets rebranded. Or pony neutralized. Oh, this sounds even worse. Which I guess my actual anecdote I wanted to share about last week, I cut it ultra short. So for the first time ever, I really had this feeling because, as I said earlier, the week before last, I stayed 1 week at my parents. No program, no commitment. I mean, I saw my family, but it all went casual. It was all cool. So when I came back to work on Monday, I actually had this kind of energy, this kind of the battery is back full. What everybody, people always talk about, oh, when the battery is so empty, you need to go to vacation. But then you also heard the stories about, well, you come back and so you are instantly overwhelmed again.
Yeah.
For the entire week, I actually felt the energy. It was like, oh, God damn it, do I need to visit my family now more often? Because in the past, when I, for example, traveled to America for conventions, fantastic vacations, not denying it, but it have also been very stressful and very full vacations. So when I came back, I maybe had a little bit of, I was able to blow my head through. But at the end of the day, I still was exhausted. I didn't come back with full energy. So maybe this kind of relaxation holiday I should do more often.
Yeah, maybe. No, I understand that because, like, actually, BC was actually an awful lot like that. You know, the battery is recharged, sort of thing. Because, but before I went, I kind of like I was worried about whether or not I'd be able to keep up with the Emerald Comet stuff and also the stuff that college is going to demand from me. So, you know, I kind of had... What?
I know I didn't. At least not doing college. It was okay, but doing work. I mean, you see the downfall of my channel with the very year I started working. But yeah, continue yours.
We see it go. Yeah. R.I.P. Anyway, yeah. So there was that, and like, I was like, trying to be all jovial and happy going in there. But I think what it was that I met you guys in person, like all for the first time. True. And I think like, just being around all of that, like having that energy of being at like, the biggest brony convention like probably in the world.
Before BC, I didn't even know who you are. I have seen...
That's the story of my entire life. Man, I seriously wouldn't... The only reason I am here is because I'm just a dick who got lucky. That's literally it. Like I was talking to... I had like 88 subscribers like when I got into like the old Rift or something like that. And I was just talking to a friend of mine that I made in there one night. It was like, hey, Toon Critic's doing a stream. And all comes back to Toon Critic. But yeah, like he's doing a stream. And, hey, do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm like, oh, God. I mean, Hamilton hadn't come out then, but like I listened to My Shot now, and it's like, that's me. I didn't know it yet, but that was me. I just got lucky, that's the only reason that I'm here. And honestly, I mean, like this is gonna sound like I'm groveling a day in Y's feet. Thank you for bringing me on here. Like it's cool.
It's by now, I am lower tier or something in the community because I let my entire channel die so rapidly. At this point. I still have a little bit of momentum left, but I never get more than maybe 3,000-4,000 views on a video. No, even with the movie, the video about the movie, which I had out the day of the official cinematic release. Oh. Barely anything. There came other videos a week later, and they surpassed me like 10 times as much views within a few days. And I like, why am I even trying? Then I recall like, dude, you still have like 4,000 views on this thing. Shut up. Yeah. Learn some modesty, you first world problem, bitch.
I'm just gonna sit over here with my like, 500 sub one review. It's like, I'm happy. I'll get there one day.
I am Mr. First World Problem. I am crying or whining on very, very top tier. I'm crying that my champagne is
top tier analyst over here.
Yeah,
right?
I'm
top tier media producer.
My champagne is sparkling too much today. This kind of complaints do I have in life.
Oh no, yeah, exactly. I actually had a wine glass with me earlier, and like I left in their front room. Opportunity lost.
I'm very surprised that there's no wine glass around me. Yeah, I did get a big washing the dishes day yesterday, so there went my wine glasses. But yeah, did any of us were still stuck in an anecdote? If not, this would not be bad because we already are half an hour in and we haven't even started talking about our media.
Oh shit! Well, we got good content then. I think for like the first half hour. It's just
fair enough. I still try to get a little bit of the format going, but at the end of the day, it's a loose show. But I have the feeling we are going for the 1.5 hours today. I already can tell.
Hey, I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. Like we can go on about whatever. Do you want to move on to the media then?
But just to answer one question that just came up by Pokero, I actually intended to turn my Let's Play channel into a furry themed channel. I have like 4 or 5 games on my backlog in Steam, which I never touched with the intent to keep them for furry stuff. But yeah. I never really made it mainstream. Anyways, media.
Excellent, yes. I've got my thing. Okay. You've got yours?
I got my thing too. I'm not sure who guessed first, or should I go first to have it so you get an idea how to go about it?
Sure, yeah, go on.
Because I believe you never actually watched this show here, did you?
I hurt my hand a little bit on the way down.
Yeah, and
well, kind of, because like I was cramming episodes last night just to be like, okay, what can I talk about? What can I not talk about?
No, the thing is, I was not sure what to talk about. I didn't want to talk about Stardew Valley, even so I spent far too much time of the last 2 weeks on this game. There's a Let's Play with me and Yuri on my Let's Play channel, link down in the description, where it will be uploaded in a few days. I already streamed it here. This was Yuri's Let's Play. I bought the game the very night after we did our stream, and I spent... Oh god, let me check. I don't want to check. Let's say too much time. Okay, I bought this game last week Tuesday. And I already have 48 hours on it.
That's a whole 2 days. And why? He doesn't sleep for 2 whole days to just get in Stardew Valley.
That's the thing. I'm already spending more than enough time on this game. I don't want to talk about this game here anymore. If you want to have an impression of my impression of this game, watch the Let's Play on my Let's Play channel. No, my game for today just came to me today.
Ooh, okay.
For everybody who is familiar with it, I will keep this as spoiler-free as possible. The same, please, people in the chat watching live, please, people on YouTube in the comments, keep it as spoiler-free as possible, or give, for the YouTube people, big warnings. Because my media of the week is... Wait, this is the wrong one. Doki Doki Literature Club. So... I'm a follower of Jesse Cox, as people who are regulars of this show should know by now. That if there is any person in the world left that I am a fanboy for, it's Jesse. So yeah, he recently did with Dodger. By the way, Dodger is a freaking amazing voice actress. I never saw this coming, but in this Let's Play, she did play games with Jesse before, but apparently she never had to voice act like up to 4 characters, and she did it so fluently with all 4 of those characters, because she voiced all the females and Jesse voiced himself and the narrator. And the amazing thing was, she read something, then you heard Dodger in her normal voice like, hey, what? And then she continued reading, and you forgot for a second. The immersion was so great that you forgot for a second that, no, this is the same person. The same person just interrupted herself and continued. Straight phrase, complete pro, the girl.
Awesome.
Nothing. Okay. Also, not to be too critical about, for example, British Ninja and Kichi, who do voiceover in my dating sim Dream Daddy. Also,
I mean, you can be critical of British Ninja all you want.
But the thing is,
I'm kidding.
Dodger and Jesse are actually in the same place, so it's couch collab while we do this Skype couch
over the
collab.
microphone.
So there's a delay and everything, so it's a little bit trickier for them to actually get this kind of fluent reading in. But holy crap, Dodger is brilliant with her voices, how she switches between them with a snap of his fingers, that you forget that there is one and the same, that there's only one person doing it. Brilliant. But yeah, this is just about it. The thing is, as you might guess from the look of it, this looks very much like the typical anime visual novel dating sim.
Yeah.
Except for when you load the game, there's a little message like, this game is not for kids or people who are slightly disturbed.
Go on.
I don't want to go...
Japan. I'm expecting, like, just kaiju to, like, pop up halfway through this thing.
No, not kaiju, but it is. If you also take a closer look on Steam, you see that it has... Wait, let me actually read it out. Going to Steam... Obviously not being well prepared because I'm an idiot.
All good. While you do that, I see here that who is that?
Keep it spoiler free if anybody wants to talk about it. So on Steam, if you take a closer look, you see that it has visual novel, anime, cute, psychological horror. One of these is
these
not
things is like the other.
I don't want to give anything away about what makes this game psychological horror, but I robbed myself of the experience to play it myself because I watched the Let's Play of those two, and it takes long until shit hits the fan.
It's the fan.
Actually, if in hindsight, if you have seen what happens later, you actually see the build up from the beginning. It's there. But it's not even hidden in plain sight. It's like it's there, and you only afterwards realize that it has been there the entire time. So even if you check it out right now, you will not find the clues. Or if you find, you are super perceptive. I don't know.
See, those are the best. Those are always the best kinds of things. It's like,
Yes.
the kind of stuff where, like, you got to go back and watch it again.
Yes.
And only after you see it, you're like, oh shit, that was that.
Yes, this kind of like later in the game, the realization hits like, oh my god, that's true. It was there from the beginning. Oh my god.
I love things. Man, I love shit like that.
But yeah,
That's the best.
It takes very long. It was like Jesse and Dodger both got like by their people like play this. Whoa, nothing fucked me up like this game ever. Play this. And they were both like, we need to play this. This is anime. So Jesse got Dodger, who actually has her office next door, and they sat down, and the first Let's Play on his channel took like 1.5 hours, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. They speculated where the shit is going down. Eventually, for the last 5 minutes of the video, Jesse was just clicking through the dialogue like, something has to happen, like, tuck. He was like, and Dodger was like, I have to go, I have an appointment, I need to go. And he's like, something needs to happen. So they sat down back together, because usually those Freaky Friday are one-shots for Jesse.
Yeah.
They sat down and they continued playing, and very shortly after, in the second one, I believe again it still took like half an hour, maybe more, until in the second Let's Play slowly stuff develops, and then it hits the fan. It hits the fan, and just once again, no spoilers about the content of the game, but those two sitting there, and something happens, and silence. Two very loud and talkative Let's Players are silent for solid 5 seconds. And then you hear them hysterically laughing or like, fuck, what the fuck, what? So
that's amazing.
And now, the ultimate point to sell this game. The producers of those games have balls of steel. It is free on Steam with a fan package for $9.99. So you can pick it up, you can play it, you can lose your shit, and if you are like, this was freaking awesome, you can go there afterwards and pay them $9.99 for some special content and artsy stuff. The game is free for play. I don't know what your personal preference is. If you are like, hey, I love being watching Let's Plays for those kind of games, so that I can basically hide below my pillow and don't have to click myself. In this case, I can highly recommend Dodger's and Jesse's Let's Play, which obviously I will link in the description down below, because they are my personal favorites. If you have other personal favorites who played this game, watch the Let's Play, or if you have the balls to sit through it yourself and don't want to do what I did, namely get this entire experience taken away from you,
all on
because
yourself.
I can go there and try to discover more stuff, but the game itself, I know the twists, I have seen it. I was sitting there earlier today, as I said earlier, and I was sitting here like, also like staring at my screen like, I felt that I was tense from watching the Let's Play.
Yeah.
So even as a Let's Play experience, I can highly recommend it. But if you say, hey, I want to do this myself, I put the link to the game in the description down below. I don't know if it stays for free, download for free, period. But I guess it does. I dare to say there have been a lot of aspects in the game where Jesse and Dodger completely freaked out, and it was something you really only can experience when you play the game. As a viewer, it was still fantastic to observe, but I was more observing them and not experiencing what they went through. So if this is a selling point or something that rather scares you off from playing it yourself, you need to know for yourself, once again, Let's Play video from Jesse and Dodger down below. Link to Steam down below. And that's my medium for this week.
All right, cool. Question: does it run on Mac?
Wait, I have Steam still open.
Cool. I'm one of those filthy Mac users.
Yeah, Windows, Mac OS X. And minimum 10.5, 10.9, 1.8 gigahertz, 4 gigabyte RAM. Yeah,
it should work. All right, cool. I'll get into that, and I'll bring a friend over, and it'll be a nice spoopy time.
I guess so. I'm actually it's if the build up in the opening wouldn't be so long, I already considered doing it for Gaming and Ties, my show with Yuri, and letting him play and me being the backseat gamer. Maybe I still do this. I don't know. Yuri, don't you dare pick up this game before we talked about this. Because this could be a fun experience, a fun Let's Play experience, even so I would be the guy like... But since...
I know what's gonna happen, you don't.
Yeah, but since the game itself starts so late with the real mindfucks, I'm not sure, because usually our stream is only like 3 hours. We probably need to really go through it in the beginning.
Click into it fast.
I don't know. I will talk about maybe we do it as a Let's Play ourselves with me as a backseat gamer, since it's single player anyways. Yes.
Master Code just asked who was the homeless person in the bottom left corner.
You got some change. Wait, this is milkshakes. This is not
change. You got change.
I got Obama. Does this count? Anyways, what's your medium?
Indeed, yes. I actually didn't know what I was going to do at first. I considered talking about Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, but I thought, like, it's a bit too short. I don't really know, like, if there's a lot that I could get out of it. But I remembered something, actually Friday, that was coming out for me. So I got together with my neighbor last night and we watched it. And coincidentally enough, my background, my desktop background changed to it right at this very moment. I am going to talk about Ruby Volume 5, since the first episode, for me anyway, premiered yesterday.
Yes.
See if you can grab that there. Shall I just lay straight into it, or shall I wait until you get the cover up?
Oh, I have something.
Excellent. There we are. Yeah, there's Blake. That's cool. Do you watch it yourself?
I tried to watch it. I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes. It didn't caught me right away. I was with the art style. I was like, okay, whatever. But I also watched Adventure Time on Steam Universe. So who am I to complain about art style? But the story itself didn't grab me. They were like, it was a little bit too tropey, too standard cliche anime. I don't know. I stopped watching. Probably only the first episode. I don't know, when they are on the airship flying to the witches' school. I don't even know what it was.
Yeah. No, that's I'm pretty sure that one's episode 1 anyway. But yeah, I've myself and the guy who co-writes a lot of the storyline stuff on Emerald on my actual channel kind of got me into this. So I've been keeping up with it for a good long while, and yeah, I was excited to just see it back. Honestly, I could probably talk about the show until the cows come home, but I won't, for the sake of keeping the podcast short. It's a show that it's great for me to go back and watch from volume 1 to volume 5 and just see truly how far that the series has progressed. And I think that as a first episode for setting things up, because usually just a first episode of any season is just putting the pieces in place and telling you this character's here, and just making sure that what the deal is and where we're going to go from here. This one I think did a much better job of that whole setup, better than Volume 4 did. To give you a rundown, Volume 4 basically had every character had a episode of setup. And in a way, I thought that was kind of a bad move, because that meant that you spent less time focusing on the bigger picture and more of seeing what everybody was doing individually before we can actually start things. But with this one, it was they managed to get in all the stuff that you needed to know about what the characters were all doing, where they all are, what the emotional state of everybody currently is, what they're about to go up against, all into one thing, and in a way that didn't feel rushed. It focused mainly on the main character Ruby, like just what she's doing at the moment with her crew.
Isn't
Say
the name Ruby an anagram for the first letters of the 4 main characters?
It
Like
is,
red,
yes,
white,
yes.
black, and yellow.
It is,
And
yeah.
there's also a character called Ruby is red or
Yeah. Ruby Rose. It's Team Ruby, led by their leader, Ruby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's that. So she's with some of the other characters who were also kind of set up in the first season, and they're off doing their own thing. There's spoilers involved if anybody wants to get into it, so I won't say anything just yet.
Wait. Okay, you can. If you go spoiler territory, just let me know.
Sure, yeah, we'll do. I'll try and just avoid it for the meantime. So if anybody wants to get into it, they won't have anything like massive, kind of thrown in their face.
Yeah, but you once give me, I'm prepared.
Yeah, okay, we'll do. But yeah, I thought that the way that they handled that whole setup, even though again some characters got more time than others, it was done in a way that didn't feel rushed. It flowed very nicely. And you got a good sense of what to expect from the episodes that are kind of coming up now.
So basically, with each volume, they lower the entry so that actually new people could join for each volume? That's what you're saying?
Not really,
because
no.
If
I mean,
they just try to recapture the situation, the fans should know, shouldn't they?
They should know, yeah. But like the thing is, it's like Game of Thrones. You can't really jump into season 3 of Thrones and immediately expect to know what's going on. Season 2, maybe.
But they only in Game of Thrones they only do a recap, like literally cut together scenes from the highlights of the last season. So like to get people up to, and then they continue the story without introduction episodes.
Yeah, that is true. There is no cut up for Ruby, and actually, saying that, I think that it may be a good idea to bring people in to do that and then get them up to date like on that point of the season. But me personally, I've never really minded that. That might just be because I'm being mawkish and looking at it through rose tinted glasses. But
you are Ruby trash.
I don't know what you're talking about. Where's my gun scythe? No, but I mean, it's been nice to see also how they've been able to do the whole character progression also as the series has gone on. Because I will agree with you that when I watched it first in season 1, everything did feel a little tropey to me as well. You have these characters and they seem at the very front, base stereotypes. I feel that part of the reason why Ruby may have alienated a lot of people is because it's a slow burn. You don't really get a lot of information about these people right offhand. You gotta kind of wait a little bit to see what's going on with this person, why this person has this kind of family history, and how they feel towards this other group of people. We didn't. One of the characters who's the anagram for the W in Ruby, Weiss. She's my favorite character. And you don't really get a lot of info about her and her family and kind of why she kind of is the way she is until the second to last episode of season 1. Yeah. But I think that once they actually started to get into that territory of okay, now we can start properly getting down all the character stuff. Sorry, really quick. Why am I the only one in the chat talking? Get more involved, damn it.
Enigma, you're also the only one who sent us new questions, so you are part of the show by now.
Yeah, third unofficial co-host. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's the character development I think has also come along in leaps and bounds, because once they started to get into that stride of okay, now we've gotten all that setup done, now we can properly start getting into the meat of all these people. And now I'm kind of at a stage of myself where I want to more about the lives of these people, and I want to see them improve, because improvement is improvement or striving to be sort of better is a big theme for all of the characters in Ruby, whether it's developing their powers, developing a personal flaw that any of them have, and I think that the way that it's written, it actually it works quite well. The Blake, who's on the cover art just over there, Uh, she's not my favorite character, but definitely her character arc, I think, is also very strong because, you see, she kind of has that, okay, like, now she's improving, and then the end of volume 3 hits, and it's like, oh shit, like this is taking a turn for the worse, and then it's like, oh, okay, no, we're going back up again. She's learning, she's developing herself as a person, and yeah, there's a good solid character development that goes on there.
But to ask
And
the
yeah,
most
that's
important to ask the most important question at this point, did she always have cat ears?
Yeah, she's got kitty ears.
Yes, favorite character already. I haven't seen any of the others.
Okay. This may get you back into the show. There's an entire subspecies of humanoid characters in the show that are basically anthro, kind of.
Nice.
They are human, but they have an animal quality about them. Like Blake's thing is that she's got kitty ears. There's another kind of like main-ish character, Sun Wukong, who's got a monkey tail, and yes, it is a reference to like DBZ, that kind of thing. Journey to the West, that kind of thing. I like that. Actually, that's another thing that I kind of wanted to bring up as well, because it only kind of struck me again last night how clever the show is.
You had a massive quality drop there. You are basically fragments, and even your voice got a little bit like disheveled. You are still audible, which is interesting enough.
Okay.
And you're back.
Okay, I'm good now.
Yeah, you're back again. I don't know. Maybe just holding in for a moment was enough. Your Wi-Fi needed.
Yeah. No, it's all right.
Please, sorry.
I'm actually gonna take off my dressing gown. It's a little hot.
Oh, da 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 da.
All right. Now,
sorry.
Now we can do this properly. I actually have, like a lot of stuff going on over here.
Yeah,
also
I know.
here.
Okay.
Now, before we get to
this was awkward.
Again, with Keyframe, it's like, bit of tension. We throw all that shit out the window. Anyway, it struck me actually last night how clever the show is with the way it sort of goes about its conventions for making characters, because the first episode I thought was like a bit on the nose with the whole thing of these people are references to fairy tale stuff, you have a character in it whose name is literally Glinda Goodwitch, and I'm just like, little on the nose there, guys, but a revelation actually kind of came to me last night about the teachers of these different academies that there are, and this is kind of spoiler territory, just so that you're braced a little bit.
Yeah, but give me a second. Ori.
Giant flashing just red bold text on the screen, which is it's kind of spoilery.
You mean like this?
Yeah. That's. You just have that on standby just in case.
We talk about media every single week. Of course, we have a spoiler alert.
All right, cool. I wasn't expecting it to be that flashy, exactly what I was describing. So thank you, sir. Yeah. Hats off to you, sir, if I had a hat. But anyways, yeah. All of these teachers of the different academies that there are across the Four Kingdoms are all based off of characters from The Wizard of Oz. And with one of them, it's very obvious because his name is Ozpin. But this new guy that we've got going on, his name is Leonardo Lionheart. And his whole thing is that he is being what?
He's a scarecrow?
No, he's being manipulated by the main villains of the show, and you kind of see he was this very proud warrior, and now he's kind of losing that a little bit. So I watched it, and then I'm kind of thinking to myself, oh, Cowardly Lion, Lionheart. Now it makes sense.
I don't get it.
And then I went back, and then you go back. You said need more culture in your show. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. But anyway,
so he's the Tin Man who got rusted. Because he was a big hero, and now he is not anymore because he gets manipulated. So he stands still because there's rust.
He has been rusted by the thing. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Now you're getting it. And then there's also another character who you find out later in the series that he has mechanical implants on his arm. So obviously he is the Scarecrow. But it kind of in a way made me want to go back and just check some of the other sort of even the villains of the show and the just some of the other side characters, just to see if I could spot like what it was that they were kind of going to, and just it was a nice kind of just revelation, coming to that idea of like, I remember why I like this show now, even though like I've been liking it for the past couple of years. But yeah, I don't begrudge you for falling out of RWBY if the first season kind of turned you off of it.
First episode. First
episode turns off
or
of it.
second, I don't know. I guess we are done spoiler.
Yeah,
it was very mild spoiler. I guess we could have done without the alert, but it was more fun that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, it was a nice surprise for me because I don't think I would have seen it otherwise. But again, it's a slow burn. It does take a little bit to kind of get back into it, but I think that if you do stick with it and you kind of like, you see like how everything progresses, how the characters change, and even like the jump up in animation quality, because there's no comparison between the quality of season 1 and what we're working with now for this season 5.
It started out as a complete fan project, right?
Oh, but I'm fairly confident that it did. Yeah, up to that point they'd done like all the red versus blue stuff. And once they kind of realized that, like what they needed to like properly do for RWBY, they were like, okay, like now we need to get a little serious.
But I assume by now they probably have sponsors and stuff, so they can actually afford putting more time and effort into it, while it started out as for shits and giggles.
Pretty much, yeah. But again, stick with it. I think that if you do stick with it, you will find that there is a really good show underneath all of that. And but that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Everybody go watch RWBY if you haven't already.
It's free available on somewhere?
Free available on Rooster Teeth. It comes out also on YouTube. For people who are subscribed to Rooster Teeth's website, like paying the money, you get the episodes a week earlier. For example, I got episode 1 this week, but the people who are sponsors for the site got episode 2.
Okay,
so
I guess link to RWBY down in the description. As soon as Emerald sends it to me.
Absolutely. Should I send you that afterwards?
Yeah, obviously.
We'll wait till the post show. It's all right. We'll fix it in post.
Yo.
Oh, and Chibi, that's kind of funny too. Thank you. I can't read whose name that was who told me to say that.
To say what?
To like, there's a comment in the chat which is like, don't forget Ruby Chibi, and I'm like, yeah, that's funny if you're like, just down for like proper shits and giggles.
Okay, fair enough. Never heard of it. But
yeah.
Then again, whatever. We got 2 questions for today's show. I mean, we still have a backlog. I mean, I sent you the link on Facebook, but we actually got 2 brand new current questions by Enigma Prince.
Cool.
Oh. The first one, probably related to the fact that we both mentioned we watch Rick and Morty. What are your thoughts on the Szechuan incident from Rick and Morty fans, and what it is entitled? What it is entitled from its fandom?
I actually didn't realize that whole Szechuan sauce incident was a thing until a guy like in my film course kind of pointed it out to me, and the whole thing that kind of went on with it. I don't think this goes. I think anyway that this goes without saying, but he's a dumbass.
But what does the Szechuan sauce incident mean? Just the guy who jumps on the counter in McDonald's, or?
I'm fairly confident that it was just that. Because I don't know if there was a riot that went along with it for the sauce.
I heard. I mean, this guy was obviously just a fuckhead. Who wanted to get his 5 minutes of fame, and he got them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I also heard that in general, Rick and Morty fans who didn't get the Szechuan sauce became kind of not this brain damaged, but uncomfortable. Let's put it like this: that they traveled from far away and just to get their Szechuan sauce. And
I mean, if you're gonna drive across state and have like a 4-hour drive to get the sauce, and then you find out that it's not there, I mean, like,
then you should probably. I mean, on the one hand, yeah, that is annoying if you have been promised there would be enough sauce.
I understand being pissed off in that case, yes.
But who should you be pissed off at for reals? You drove 4 fucking hours cross country to taste a sauce, which...
And not only did you drive across 4 hours across the country for sauce, you drove across the country for 4 hours for sauce whose recipe is on the internet. Seriously, I've seen I've seen
as-
like articles and stuff being like, here's how you make the sauce, and it's like proper all the stuff. I mean, like, you need plum sake and shit like that to like properly make it. But
Not to
if
mention,
that's all it takes,
a sauce nobody actually said was really that good, which was a joke in a cartoon.
yeah, exactly. Fandoms, man.
Fandoms, yeah, but this is basically where the second part of the question comes in with the entitlement, because this incident gave I myself saw and liked, I believe, which means it's somewhere on Twitter because my likes go to Twitter. I liked a video by a guy who also talked about the incident and or fuck it for the entitlement of Rick and Morty fans in general, but moved quickly on to fandoms in general.
Fandoms, yeah.
Like the Rick and Morty fans who are like, you need to be smart to get this show. This is a show for smart people.
I mean, so intellectual because I understand things that you do not.
You know, you actually have to be a little bit into quantum physics to actually really understand.
Motherfucker, I hate science and I have no idea how to understand quantum physics. Anybody who says that, just leave.
Yeah, I mean, I personally was like, considering my reply to it, that, do you think so, really? My personal experience is that it is just a nice, silly, funny show, but it allows people who have insecurities about their intellectual property to pretend to be smart. Something down those lines. Something down those lines I considered as a comeback. Because, there is barely any real science going on. I mean, there's actually a certain philosophy going on, because if you check out the Wisecrack videos on Rick and Morty, there's a lot about heavy stuff in regards to nihilism going on in the show. But and it's consistent enough that you can assume, even if they don't do it intentionally, it is what they do. They have absolutely. The nihilistic theme there. And
there's no denying that like that the show has a very heavily nihilistic theme into it. I mean, like,
nothing matters.
Yeah, exactly. No one's born on purpose. No one belongs anywhere. We're all gonna die. Come watch TV, or in this case, come watch the AWKWARDCast.
We are the answer to Rick and Morty. But the fucking entitlement. I have seen it in every fucking fandom so far. In MLP, when Pinky got all in Fluttershy's face death threats to the episode's writer. Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude,
same with Steven Universe. A gay couple or a not gay enough couple or whatever.
They're not gay
enough. To the
What?
writers, to the point where the head writer leaves Twitter. Like, what the fuck?
Wasn't there a thing in the Voltron fandom where like somebody got their hands on like concept art and they wouldn't release it unless they the writers made like their ship canon? I'm pretty confident that was a thing. I think I heard that somewhere.
Sounds about right. Right.
No, the one that I think I can actually probably have like a decent conversation with you about this one because you watch Game of Thrones, right?
I watched Game of Thrones, I'm up to date, and I just realized that it still says Ruby.
Still Ruby. There we go. Now we got, my face back.
Yay!
Most important. But anyways, I see a lot of that like kind of sense of entitlement with people who mostly it is people who read the books. And it's not everybody who reads the books, obviously. But I remember like I watched someone's video on season 5. And when Game of Thrones does something wrong, I will be quick enough to be like, okay, that's bullshit, that's stupid. But it was a guy like going through the changes that they made from the books to the show, and obviously like you do need to cut stuff.
Fun fact, I'm actually currently I watched the entire show up to date. While new seasons came out and I still had time in college, I actually rewatched stuff and so on. But I'm also currently listening to the audiobook. I have no idea which season this is equivalent because the timelines are so.
There's it's so higgledy-piggledy at this point. Yeah.
So I'm not sure where I am season-wise in the books, but I'm actually catching up, and I'm more and more coming across things where it's like, Whoa,
Yeah.
those are completely
Yeah, it's
different.
just like there's George, and then there's like D&D over
Yeah,
here,
and,
which
and,
is
and
like whatever
there's
they
like, what? Arya Stark never met Tyrion Lannister? What?
Yeah,
In the
it's totally
show,
different.
she's his handmaiden for like a season.
It's
What?
totally different. Although that's a change that I don't begrudge, because
No.
the scenes between those two are so fucking good.
I know, but it's like, wait, what? This did never
Yeah.
happen. Like, Paul.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, it could build up like Roose Bolton as like a more kind of threatening character if like you have those interactions there, but I don't begrudge at all them changing the scenes with Arya and Tywin, because they're just like, I could watch those scenes just by themselves and I'd be totally fine with it. But the point of the matter that I was trying to get to before we went off on another of our amazing tangents, it was I got to a point in the guy's video where I can't remember like exactly what it was that he said, but it was something to the extent of, like, you should really be more thankful to all of us book readers, because if it wasn't for us, this show wouldn't even be popular in the first place. And just like, slow down, slow your roll, motherfucker. Have you seen Breaking Bad? That was an original show that like clawed its way up from fucking AMC, and it's like amazing. A good show is a good show. Word gets around. We got the fucking internet to get word around.
Not to mention that those book readers are the whiniest of the fans of the show at a period. Like, this is like the book.
Daenerys doesn't have purple eyes. And it's like, again, when the show does something stupid, like
After
it did
Daenerys
a couple of times in season 7, I will be very quick to be like, guys, come on. And I do that because, I want the show to be better. I want it to be, amazing and great. But like there's no need for you to, like act like an entitled prick and just, be like, why doesn't this guy use his glaives? Like this isn't George's vision, and it's so off point from all of this stuff. It's like the books and the show are their own separate entities at this point. So calm your tits and just enjoy both of them, please.
It's what I'm doing. Also, what I can recommend at this point is The Dom doing an actual show where he is going episode by edit. He has a show which is called Lost in Adaptation. Play on words.
Great show. Great.
Yeah, watching him myself on a regular basis, great dude. But he also does specifically an ongoing series for every episode of Game of Thrones. I mean, so far he's not very far in, because he probably is afraid that if he focuses too much on this particular side show, the rest of his channel,
it's gonna like completely just like detract from all the other episodes. Yeah. I think he's only on like episode 6 or 7 of season 1 at this stage.
Yeah, he progresses very slowly, because in between the Game of Thrones Lost in adaptations, he does regular movie adaptations. So once again, probably to keep the non-Game of Thrones audience of his channel not
still invested.
alienated.
Yeah.
But link in the description, because I'm personally, once again, as you just said, liking the show. I came across the Dom at some point. I don't know for which, but I stuck around, and so right now he is one of the few YouTubers I watch on a regular basis. So
yeah, he's great. He does a great, very insightful on like the on what he does, and draws good comparisons between the show. If you're also into comparisons between books and movies, I'm pretty sure that there's a channel called Cinefix that does a show called What's the Difference, where it does like
watched it. Didn't they also do the Prince Bride and stuff?
They did, yes.
Yeah, I believe I watched them for a few episodes because I like the concept, but their show didn't stick with me with the Dawn. No, it got boring very quickly. The Dawn has the typical channel awesome mixture right there between funny and cringy. The cheese has just the right amount to be entertainingly watchable without actually being painful. If you're into this kind of stuff,
I feel that.
Link below. We got a few more questions. We should. Emerald is actually sending us personalized questions, so we probably should try to cover the other 2 as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
What are some things that you wish that you had more time to do, watch, or experience? This is one.
Okay.
I should have warned you.
I've got a lot of things that I want to do, and so little time to do. I've got my feet up, by the way. That's why I'm on a cocked act.
But Enigma always has those kind of questions that let you go like, if I had a week to prepare to my answer.
Let me, have a whiskey and have a deep think about that one.
On the top of brilliant questions, but on the top of my head to answer so hard. Okay, let's brainstorm. Stuff I would like to do more. Obviously, YouTubing.
Yes, absolutely, without question.
Yeah, because the main reason while I was oh, master code, when is the Overload video getting released? Good point. Good point. Very topical actually, because yeah, the lack of time is it when I was in college. Ironically enough, I had so much free time. I don't know. It worked out for me. Whatever. Don't judge me. This was a prime time of my channel. I for certain periods of time I managed the weekly video, and I didn't have a burnout because I still had time to relax in between. Nowadays, editing became such a tease, not a tease, but such a
Hassle.
an annoyance for me.
A hassle, is that what it is?
Yeah, a hassle. It's not just not a hassle in this way, but it's just like, I don't feel like it. I rather watch, rewatch House of Cards, or while playing Stardew Valley, but sitting down and editing. This is the reason why I have this giant ass backlog on my Let's Play channel right now with like 12 videos to release, because for 3 or 4 weeks I was like, I recorded footage. The streaming was fine. I enjoyed the streaming. But the mere act of sitting down and taking those Let's Plays and cutting them into nice pieces, and rendering them and uploading them, and I have a powerhouse of a computer standing here. And still, it's like, oh yeah, I don't feel like it. I'm obsessed. And yeah,
tired.
So in theory, I have the time to do YouTubing. If I come back from work and do YouTubing, like for example Dr. Wolf, who just comes home from work and does a few hours of video, like, but I can't. I like relaxing too much for it, and
oh no, yeah, I'm right there with you.
yeah. But fun fact,
Also,
I'm actually considering the next time when I have like a financial talk or so with my company, that instead of being like, well. Because there's actually a law in Germany that your pay has to increase by 10% for every 1.5 years you are in the company. And I should reach the next raise point soon. But I actually consider to this point to be like, hey, you know what, guys? How about we leave the pay as it is, but reduce the time I work? So to actually have more free time to
go and do your videos,
maybe go back into YouTube, maybe go get invested in drawing, which is something I struggle as well with. Maybe get this baby to use again.
Hey!
It's surprising enough that it's
not desirable enough already.
Yeah, but so much time, and at the same time, I still have not enough time to play games and watch shows. My watch later list on Netflix is like.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah. It's gigantic. So when you say you have to watch Ruby, I'm like,
I've got like way too much stuff to watch.
I would like to give it a rewatch. Sure, I'm willing to give it a second chance. When? When?
Sure, I'll absolutely get back to you 3 years from now.
It's, mostly, yeah. Or look at my Steam library. I still have like. Out of the 100 to the 150 games I have on Steam, there are like 30 or 40 I never even started.
Oh, yes.
I bought them in a sale, I got them as a present, but I never got around. Okay, for like a dozen maybe, I have like streaming plans. So I'm like, oh, I want to experience them for the first time live with an audience.
Yeah.
And then I don't feel like streaming, so I don't play them at all. But yeah, there are many games I just never picked up. For no reason. I bought them with my own money because I intended to, but yeah, no time.
I got free once a while ago on Steam, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and I swore to myself that I wanted to like try it out. If I could get a stream in place, I would play it at Halloween. I've had that game for like 2 years now, and I still haven't touched it. We've all been there, man. Like I feel like everybody's like, you know, picked up a free game or, you know, bought something that was on a sale, and then it's just like kind of like there gathering dust in the library because you just haven't gone back to it. Yeah, everybody's got at least 1 or 2 of those. I think I'll agree with you on the YouTube thing because like I the last year that I just had in my last year of secondary school, which was just full of just exam stuff for prepping to go to college, was so full. And I had to put up a thing on my YouTube being like, I'm not going to be here for a while because, I kind of want to do this and do it properly. So I fell out of doing everything for like 6 or 7 months, and I wanted to be like, okay, I'm in college now. I'm an independent woman. I can do all of this. I can organize things out and get my life together. And I like the stuff that I've been hit with in the film course to get everything together and prep shoot days and get photography stuff in place and write scripts and write scenes. It leaves me with that much extra time to start working on videos. For those of you who haven't seen anything that I've done before, first of all, I don't blame you. And second of all, I don't review episodes. I review fanfics.
Good for you. Good for fucking you.
Can I tell you one of the proudest moments of my entire life?
Which?
Okay, so our lovely hostess Keyframe isn't here tonight, obviously. But she said to me in a this was, again, a stream one evening. Why does everything interesting to me always happen in streams? Anyway, we were in a stream.
Your entire life is a stream. You are not a real person.
Well, what, we're in the Truman Show or something? What does this have to do with anything? Tell me what's happening here. But anyway, yeah, I was describing what I do on my channel, again, that I don't review episodes or review fanfics and talk about fandom stuff. And she goes, "Yeah, go watch him. He gets the official Keyframe seal of approval." And that was one of the few moments in my life where I'm just I made it. I did it. They accept me.
You know what? Now I'm actually interested in your channel. Personally, me saying it, because fiction review is basically one of the things that I consider still worthwhile. Episode review for a 22-minute episode is already a stretch when already 100 other people do this.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why I didn't want to do it, because I'm just I kind of want to, this to be a thing that I'm good at, but no one's going to bother looking at, a green unicorn with a weird haircut where they can go watch somebody who's popular. So I'll go do this. This is different.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the things that I still like, because I officially turned my back on episode reviews a while ago, but actually I still have a few fictions I want to review at some point, because there is a value in doing this.
Absolutely, yeah. I can actually probably tell you this live on air if you would be interested at some point. I have made it a point that I probably won't ever review Fallout Equestria, because I know that you and Dr. Wolf and Jim Fear and who was it, Anthony C, did a 30-minute review on it. Mm-hmm. So I've kind of sworn to myself that I will never do that. But I have an idea for a Project Horizons review, which may involve some people. This is down the line, way down the line.
Well, given that when was Project Horizon finished?
I have no idea. I haven't even started Project Horizons.
Probably.
I haven't even started. I'll divulge this information now. I am a guy who reviews fan fiction. I have not read one word of Fallout Equestria because
there are over 1 million of it.
I know. Because I scroll down to the thing on FimFiction and I see I'm gonna start reading this. I'm really gonna get in and see what everything's about. And then I scroll down and I see one of the chapters is 50,000 words, and I'm like, I could be sleeping.
Yes. But yeah, whenever this ended, I believe it was 2 years ago, I had Ty and Dagger there with me in a final in a podcast about it. And
yes, I remember you did those, yeah.
Yeah, and Ty and Dagger and I actually agreed on doing a combined review on it.
Mm.
Oh no, we actually agreed on a different one because he already talked about it himself or something. But nevertheless, I also considered at this point, I promised people, at least this is for sure, I promised people to be like, oh yeah, I'm totally doing it. Never came around to it. I actually had multiple ideas, giving the typical spoiler-free review, giving a direct spoilerific comparison between Blackjack and Little Pip. All never happened. Back to the time question.
Yeah, I've got for the stuff that I want to do, I have to be kind of careful with my ideas. I won't plug my channel just yet. If I'm allowed to do that at the end, then I will. But
it all is also down in the description. But yeah, you can plug your channel. I guess
not just yet. I'll hold off on my shameless self promotion until we've answered a few more questions.
Actually, we have only one more, and time-wise, this is also fine. It's a rather short one, directed to you once again from Enigma Prince.
Cool.
Emerald, can we please talk about Ruby sometimes? I really want to talk to you so much about it.
I am more than willing to talk to anybody about Ruby. So yeah, dude, yeah, no problem. I will totally be down for that.
I mean, you are on Twitter, on Tumblr, on YouTube.
All under Emerald Comet. It's my brand. If anybody wants to see it, I can't rebrand. I'm too far in at this
But then
stage.
again, it's a neutral brand. It's pony neutral, so you can do anything with it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Good
Just
choice
kind of-
here. Good choice. And now
It was kind of. Sorry,
now
what?
it's time for shameless self-promotion.
Hey, okay, cool. Shameless self-promotion.
I guess I can start. Hi, you are on my channel. You know me. Next.
Go show this man some love. He's very funny. Anyway, yeah.
I am.
Again, like I said, the curmudgeonly old German guy down there. He's very funny. You need just like.
My lord.
I was about to say if Kichi gave you one of those at BC.
No. I got this one for myself, but the sad thing is I already cut it short and it's still too big for the suitcase, so I'm scared. I can't bring it. I had plans for it.
That's shame. Anyway, yeah. Like I said, Emerald Comet, my thing. Hi there. I don't do episode reviews. I do fanfic reviews. That's kind of the long and short of everything. Some days I'll do one-shot stories and I'll review them in under a minute. Other days I'll do sort of bigger stories. I'll give like a full breakdown of my thoughts on them. But also, I think main selling point of my channel, I have a storyline that coincides with all of my reviews. I have editors together for it. I'm getting backgrounds and vectors done. So with any luck, the first episode of that should be done either middle to end of November. It's similar to Atop the Fourth Wall, if you're into that. So if you want some like guy who talks about fan fiction and fights bad guys and has a big sort of complicated story kind of going on in the background,
With the right level of between cheese and cringe.
Yeah, kind of right level between cheese and cringe. Main character is like I feel like that it was funny going to BC and like seeing who plays a character and who doesn't, because I don't consider myself. It's like Emerald is here and I'm kind of like here, like whereas somebody like Finn the Pony just does that. Like Finn is Finn, but just Emerald is like the loud like asshole version of myself that I sometimes wish I could be. The guy who will kind of be rude to your face and just doesn't give a shit about it. But no, yeah, I mean like that yeah. Cheese, cringe, humor, that kind of thing. If you want to go check that out, everything is down there, so I'm told. So, yeah.
I guess a fair disclaimer or a warning or whatever. They will only find the pony stuff on your channel, won't they?
Yes. You will only find the pony stuff on my channel. Yeah, I haven't like branched out into anything just yet. I may do at some point. I've read good stuff from like Digimon fanfics and like a few others and stuff like that. But I think for the moment I'll be sticking with either like the pony fanfics, but I may branch out later into maybe other kinds of stories or film or who knows.
Fair enough. Was nice having you here. Thank you very much, Emerald.
Thank you very much for having me, sir.
With a K. Any final word? How would you sum up your experience here?
That was all right.
Yeah.
Here's me like busting my ass, like trying to like have a shower and make sure that I'm all presentable for this, and then all of a sudden thinking, oh god, wait a minute, it's only A and Y. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather go with maybe I don't know, awkward.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. It's a little awkward.